As we know, food is our primary need. We can resist the urge to buy houses, cars, shoes, but we cannot resist hunger. And this is why the food business is one of the most profitable businesses in the world. Today we'll be joined and dining with the CEO and founder of TarTar Abuja, an Asian African restaurant found in the heart of Abuja. Thank you so much for joining us, Mara.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you.
So tell us, what inspired you to start your hospitality business?
So I never thought in a million years that I'd be into hospitality. I was a business communications person who did that all my life. However, at times you need to tap into your passion and see what that passion is at the core. I grew up in a family of 5 where my mother, her mother, my father's sisters and mother all cooked for a living, okay? And that was back here in Nigeria. In California where I grew up, my mother was, the West African chef that was fantastic, and everybody knew that her food tastes good. And so there was no way to not meet that standard. Yeah. So when I thought of a business to do, on the side of my professional life, cooking and hosting people was the only thing that came to mind. And so that's kind of how TarTar was birthed. Some of my values at my core are excellence, service, good food, and you cannot be excellent and give good service without ensuring that what goes down people's mouth, it tastes good. So with that, TarTar has stood on that ground, and I think that has helped us during the 2 years that we've been open.
Very interesting. And you mentioned service. I just want to put this out here. This is one restaurant where you can just press a bell and you'll be attended to. You don't have to, wave and look for the waiter. And I think it's very brilliant. All right. So what unique aspect of your restaurant would you say sets it apart from other restaurants in the area?
At TarTar, we aim for perfection. Okay. Perfection is something that's very hard to attain. Yeah, we all know that. However, we try our best to, from the management side, train staff so that they're able to deliver the perfection that's needed, from the smiles on their faces to the cutlery and the serveware that you see on your tables, to their uniform and their personal hygiene being, on point. All of those things go into what we offer here. We have a family environment here where every single customer that comes here is like a member of our family. And that goes from the top down, okay? It's easy for our staff here to deliver on that because I treat all of them like they are my family. And that helps with the output of them delivering that to every single one of their customers, where they see mothers and fathers and uncles and aunties in every single one of their customers, yeah? And I think that also helps with the retainership of clients as well, because everyone that comes here receives a warm smile on their face from our hostesses, from our staff. Our staff remember their names, they remember exactly what they, have eaten before, and they're ready and willing to give any recommendations that are possible. Yeah.
That is brilliant. Speaking about what they have eaten, I mean, your customers, when they come and they've eaten and your staff remembering that, how do you manage the menu and how do you balance that with innovation and customer service?
So when we started TarTar, we wanted to ensure that every customer has something that they would love. Part of what created the Asian-African combination is that we know that Nigerians love Asian food, and a lot of times you want to go to a restaurant and have nice Asian meals. There are some people that will come that also want African meals. So we wanted to be able to create that marriage between the Asian cuisine and African cuisine. In our market analysis, we saw that we don't have an amazing Asian restaurant in Abuja. We don't have an amazing African restaurant at the standard of, 4 or 5 stars. And so we wanted to create that for Abuja so that everybody had a little bit of something.
Okay. So what strategies do you employ to maintain a high level of consistency food-wise? When you go to some places, it's like, oh, the food is nice today. And then tomorrow it's like, maybe the weather affected it. But for Tata and the customers that, we have heard from, it has been consistent. How do you manage that?
I think one of the things that has made us so successful at delivering to the clientele in which we have is that we train every single day. And that training goes down to practicals where we're able to showcase to our chefs and our waiters that this is the reason why we must keep this standard, And so that training is what helps us. That's what sets us apart. And secondly, I'm here every day to watch everything that happens. And so therefore, they get that rehearsal training every day.
All right. So how do you stay updated with the latest food and dining trends? And how do you incorporate them into your own restaurants? Because things are changing every day.
I'm a food traveler. I travel a lot. I travel all around the world and look for a new innovation. Never so much within Abuja or Nigeria, but you'll learn a lot from what's going on in Europe. I'm from California, born and raised. And, there's a lot of different restaurants in California that will give you a big clue of, what the new things are. I'm not a chef myself, yeah. I'm a fantastic taster. And so with that, I am able to tell when something tastes a little bit off and whether it should, how it's the perfect taste that our clientele would like. Yes, and when I travel, I speak to a lot of chefs, and I also speak to a lot of waiters and managers and hostess to find out, what their working environments are and what sets them apart from the rest. And those lessons, I bring them back here to Tata. And so my staff are always very surprised when they see me come back from a trip and I've changed 10 different things at once. But, that's the only way you stay ahead of the game. And that's the only way you deliver fantastic service and fantastic cuisine to your clients.
In a competitive market, how do you ensure your restaurant remains relevant and continues to attract a loyal customer base?
Well, my motto is based around consistency. If we can ensure that we proactively and consistently give fantastic service, delicious meals without hiccups, then we will retain clients and they will refer other people to us. We have a very humble stance on how we drag or encourage customers to come into our restaurant.
With the rise of food delivery services and online ordering, how are you able to, embrace this technology with your restaurant and, cater to customers who may be trying to cut down on in-person dining?
Well, remember, we opened about 2 years ago, and it was just at the, I would say, conclusion of COVID, yeah? And so because of that, at that time, we had put a whole system in place for delivery. We have dispatch vehicles, we have dispatch motorcycles as well, not just the sedan vehicles. But one of the things that sets our restaurant apart from other people is that people enjoy the ambience here. They enjoy the service. You can get a piece of our service in our dispatch riders, but with the hot towels that we give here when you sit down to eat your food, with the flames that come out of the food when it's right directly from the oven, you can't buy that anywhere. And so many people enjoy that much more than delivery. So I would say that our delivery, though we do have some from our regular customers that come in, we don't have as much because people enjoy the experience that they get when they come into our warm environment.
All right. Looking ahead, what are your aspirations for this restaurant? And in the context of the evolving Nigerian economy, how do you plan to seize potential opportunities?
I want Tata to grow, but even more so, I want it to grow, but not to compromise our core values. Us being able to keep things hygienic, keep things tasting fantastic, have excellent service are at our core. And if scaling up is going to change that, then we're not interested. I've had many people come to us and ask, what, Tata, please, let's do franchising. Do it. We need one in Kanu. We need one in Sokoto. It's like, Sokoto, really? They're like, yes, they would love the food. But if I cannot ensure that that quality of standards would be there, then I can't do it. Let's see what the future holds. We're very excited. What we've been able to achieve in 2 years is phenomenal. Okay, we have an amazing network base, an amazing clientele that come here. We've hosted vice presidents, we've hosted high-level government officials. Just this week, we had the president of the World Bank here. And these are opportunities that we wouldn't get if we were not known for the excellence in which we provide. And so with that, I'm very, very hopeful for the future, very hopeful.
What is your biggest inspiration when it comes to your kitchen? Is cooking some form of therapy for you?
Yeah, I think from a very young age, I became very interested in cooking. Yeah. One, at the beginning, you couldn't even find me in the kitchen at all. I would only come when my mom finished preparing all the meals. Mm-hmm. However, I started to grow an interest in why is it that everyone said that my mother was the best chef? Why was it that people would flood our house to eat my mom's food? And some of them wouldn't even eat in their own homes, okay? So I now got my mom to start teaching me her recipes one by one. And that's really what has birthed my full passion here at TarTar. I moved to Nigeria in 2012. And when I came, there was hardly any place to eat very good food in Abuja. I decided to now start having potlucks in my house. And that now turned to me actually making all the food and my friends giving small deposits so that we can make sure that we have enough. And, when I started working full time, that was something that was hard to do on a larger scale. And, I got this building and decided, you know what? This was a dream deferred, but it's probably the right time to start it now. And that's how I started TarTar. If you see in all of the dishes, there's a little piece of my family in it. Yeah. Even my chefs, they're fantastic chefs. And they're shocked sometimes, Madam, how did you tweak that recipe like that? How did you make it so that the taste will come out? Smoky rice should go with stuffed plantain, not oriental rice or mushroom rice or Chinese fried rice, even though everyone in Nigeria loves Chinese fried rice. Yeah. But if you see the different combinations of rices and different dishes that we have here, it goes with almost everyone's palate. There's no one that comes here and says, oh, the food isn't tasty or it's not fresh. We pick the best ingredients. We ensure that we have the best combinations so that you enjoy yourself. Good music, nice ambience, fantastic customer service, and then a little piece of me.
That's fascinating. I also noticed in the kitchen during one of your orders, you instructing the chef saying, oh, are you sure the chicken is pepperless? Are you sure? Are you sure? And you kept hammering on it. So that tells me that you take, the orders of your clients very seriously. How do you manage that?
Well, as Nigerians, we love pepper, yeah? But we're big on nutrition here. A customer may have an ulcer and they cannot take too much pepper or it will affect the ulcer that they have, And so some people may not be able to take as much sodium. Maybe they have diabetes, So when a customer gives an instruction that this is specifically how they want the food, we can't guess what reason why they're saying it. It is for us to follow the instruction and still make the food very tasty. And so that's our goal here. Yeah.